I had an ambition early on to write a biography of Du Bois, and I was made aware almost immediately that access to his papers would be a challenge. One of the curators of the papers told me that since she knew of my interest, she would alert me when the papers became accessible. She did, and the rest is my history. I found, as I spent more time locally, that Du Bois's legacy was terribly fraught. Time wounds all heals, as some people say, and it now is clear that he was a great treasure, and that even the ideas he held that were controversial were rather time-bound, because as this country now wrestles with the consequences of a kind of capitalism, unregulated, that now has consequences that we can all see to be catastrophic. Du Bois's critique of unregulated capitalism, and Du Bois's critique of monopolistic capitalism, and Du Bois's critique of the kind of racial consequences which mask these great problems is more apt than ever before. And Great Barrington, the new Great Barrington, will have at its doorstep the spirit of this man, controversial, problematic, always interesting, and perhaps indispensable to the wholeness of our society. The range of Du Bois's interests were really Renaissance in the best sense of that word, to the extent that this new center can replicate the ambition of Du Bois through the assembly of scholars and artists and poets. It will be true to the aspirations of Du Bois, and will fulfill, it seems to me, an ongoing need for people of color as they contribute to the larger enterprise of an America that is decent and multicultural and progressive. This can be one of the links or the perches for that kind of activity. The W.E.B. Du Bois Center for Freedom and Democracy. The significance of it is not simply the transfiguration of the church, but that this will be the singular living memorial in North America to one of America's most significant and ever relevant intellectuals. We now have an operation that is challenging, that is not only local, it is national, and as with almost anything W.E.B. Du Bois, it is necessarily global, I think, fair to say.